Hey, everybody, welcome to another guest top 10 top video games, top regrets of 2016.
Jesus Christ.
I know, starting off strong. I am Alex O'Neill, your resident topper of video games, hot topper,
Hot topic.
drop top.
Rage. Oh my God, you're so old.
Raindrop, drop top.
My favorite album is Kids Bop.
Kids Bop, top 10. Joining me today,
You're such a weirdo.
Roger Pokorny. Also known as the greatest dude on the internet.
Or the cutest boy on the internet now.
Yeah, you've got this beard thing.
Yeah.
When did that start? Because you've had, like, when you visited me,
Yeah.
you shaved every day you were here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, every other day, I think. I wasn't only there for like 2 days, but sure. Yeah, and Jess likes it, so she's like, use it, keep it. I'm like, all right.
it looks good on you.
I hate my life, so it's like whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I'm at the point where I'm just like, if someone says something, do something, I'm just like, whatever, sure.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. I guess anything to make me feel a little less inadequate.
Basically, I don't have to get up in the morning now and shave, so I can sleep in bed and be sad for more. So it adds something to my life. You know what I mean?
It's an austere. Looks good.
Austere?
Austere.
What does that mean?
It's like your style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
I mean,
I like your style.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing a Mario shirt and I look like I'm full of regret. So,
I mean, aren't we all?
Roger, today you will be doing a top 5 video games of 2016.
I'm a poor boy
Because you don't play video games.
Yeah,
you actually hate video games.
I hate video games. I hate them. I want to just talk about hip hop for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, hip hop's good.
Hip hop's good.
I started listening to Chance the Rapper.
You started listening to Chance the Rapper like 3 weeks ago. Like, what are you saying?
I know.
You need to keep it up. You need to switch people.
I know I'm new to it. We talked about how I listen to music. It's very
Yeah.
slow. I come into it and engross myself, deep dive. But I got you in Hamilton, so like whatever. You
Yeah,
owe me.
that's true. I don't know you crap, but sure. Sure, it's great though. Hamilton's amazing.
Hamilton is a masterpiece. Yeah,
It is. It's so good.
I mean,
But what do you think about Chance the Rappers?
He's really great.
Good.
I like him quite a bit. I still need to process more of his stuff. But
Which one do you like better, Coloring Book or Acid Rap?
probably Coloring Book. While I have you here, let me ask you this, because I was going to ask you this the next time I talk to you. What is it with like rap and like these kind of auditory gimmicks? Like and you know what I'm talking about.
Gospel? How like they're doing gospel now?
No,
Is that what
like
you're talking about?
gospel's fine. Gospel's
Okay.
like that's like trending, like whatever's trendy. They'll
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
what that okay.
I mean more gimmicks of like this is like Chance's gimmick, like when he does his
okay.
like little squeal thing.
Oh, it's like ad libs.
Yeah, I just like, and
Yeah.
everyone has a different one, and I hate like almost all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I love almost all of them.
Okay.
I think they're the coolest thing. Yeah, it just adds something personal to it. Like even like Designer has this done like geek geek geek. Like it's just like it's stupid, but like it adds something to the music. You know who you're listening to. It's very distinct for everyone.
It can be
You the
great.
hate or love it.
It can be great, unless like if it's like every other second, I'm like, all right, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But like I think like Chance's voice like speaks enough for him. Like kind of like everything I've listened to Kendrick Lamar, like his voice is powerful, right? Like he doesn't need it. Same thing like Cudi, Kanye, and I feel like most of them don't use it. Chance is the one that uses it the most.
Yeah.
Out of all of that group, so
He has an amazing voice.
I was curious what you thought of it. Video games.
We have to talk about this bullcrap now.
Roger, where are you from on the internet?
The dark side. Quite literally.
You're on bonus points?
Yeah, bonus points. We need to get back on roll. And youtube.com/RajFormer. That's 2 different things now. Bonus points is a new channel. And so yeah, I make YouTube videos about video essays about pop culture, mostly video games. Sometimes I focus on hip hop. Next video is gonna be focusing on Childish Gambino and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Which is exciting. But yeah, I like to talk about video games mostly. And yeah, I do stuff like that.
Yeah. Raj Former Show is one of my favorite things on the internet. Full stop.
Thank you.
And you should absolutely watch it. YouTube.com/ROG Former. And
Like Transformer.
Like Transformer.
But with Raj. Not Raj, because you're racist.
Not Rog is what I
Not
initially
Rog.
said, and that's not racist.
It's not racist. People say Raj all the time. It's because I'm brown. Really? Really? Everyone says that. I'm like, you're racist. That's a racist statement.
I feel like you're projecting a little onto them, but
You know what? Maybe a little.
Roger, let's talk about you have a top 5 list.
Yeah.
You told me you'd rather do top 5 lists.
You were very passive aggressive about it.
I was not.
You're
Honestly,
throwing
I want you to do the list that you want to do. But let's talk about honorable mentions, things that didn't make it into this 5 that you really, really like.
Sure. So I really like Super Hot, and I put this on my top 5 when I did the OK Beast was a guest write up for my top 5, which was very loosey goosey at the time. But Super Hot's like a really weird and cool game because it is one of those games that's a straight up gimmick, right? It's like literally a gimmick of you stop and time freezes for the most part, and you're dodging bullets and you're trying to shoot people. It has this really weird art style and aesthetic, but somehow it created a game that is both fun to play, and the story mode is actually kind of interesting and cool. Like, it is super meta and it knows what it's going for. It really is something that not only interested me beforehand, but kept me interested and playing it. And I did it for a review thing a while ago, and I still go back to it, which says a lot. Like, I was craving the other day the endless mode, which is the coolest thing. It is just so fun, and just it is everything about Super Hot that you love, just the pure gameplay in one thing. And I said before, the story mode is super cool, and it isn't necessarily something that's okay. Well, this guy's name is John. It's very abstract, and it's something that you would expect from an art style like this, but it works out. And I think it's a really cool game and a neat game, and I think something that's kind of overlooked since it came out at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I think it's a cool game, especially for a Kickstarter. It's a game that just kind of took everyone by surprise.
Yeah, it's got style. That's for sure.
Style.
Yeah, super hot.
Super hot.
It's good. What other honorable mentions?
I guess Firewatch. I think that was like one of the first games. When did the game come out? Like February? January?
Yeah.
February? Okay. Yeah, I remember playing that game. I wanted to love it more than I did. Had some weird glitches and stuff like that. But I think that the story was great. I think Delilah's character, right? Delilah, right? I haven't played this game in a minute.
Henry and Delilah are the two.
Yeah, Henry and Delilah. Okay, cool. First of all, the intro is fantastic. That intro, just text sequence, very akin to like almost like Up or something like that. Great. Art style is fantastic. Ali Masa. I think the story kind of loses a little bit of steam towards the ending, and it just gets a little weird. And with the whole mystery, I didn't really get into that and think it was too great. But I thought that when Delilah and Henry were talking and it was just intimate, that was everything I wanted from the game. And I think it kind of went a little bit too above and beyond with trying to reach with some things that were a little bit, felt a little bit, I don't know. They tried to create a mystery there, and I didn't think that it worked, and I don't think it was really too compelling to me. Certain parts of it worked, but most of it kind of failed. But I thought the game as a whole was a good game, and disappointed me a bit, but it was fine. It was good enough. But I think it was just such a beautiful game that I have to put it as like an honorable mention of some kind.
Okay. I like Firewatch a lot. I didn't run into any like really glitches with it when I played it, which was lucky. And I understand a lot of the complaints with the story, like kind of where it went. But I think its successes far outshone its failures. And it's still like the writing in that game, like the core of what that game is, of the dialogue back and forth, is some of the best dialogue I've ever seen in a video game. So, all right, let's get into it then. Number 5. I'm
trying to think. Now, let's do it. Batman Telltale series. That's something like I really want to love, like a lot more than I actually did. Because it's Batman and Telltale, and like that's literally the perfect combination in my head. Like when that was announced at the Game Awards, like what was it, 2 years ago? Like I was screaming, like my parents had to tell me to stop. Like I was crying and screaming. I was so happy. So when it came out this year, I don't know. It feels weird, right? It's a weird game to play as a Batman fan and anything like that, because it's so different in certain places. They changed the lore a lot. It feels weird kind of shaping your own Batman sometimes.
Yeah.
And which it's kind of jarring. Like you're playing this Batman, and sometimes you make decisions almost as yourself sometimes as any of these games, as what you would want to do, and then you maybe make a joke and you're like, would Batman do that? Would that? It feels a little jarring sometimes. But once I got into like episode 2 or 3, I started shaping a Batman that I thought was a mixture of everything that I wanted Batman to be sometimes. He wasn't just a stick in the mud. He was able to make a joke sometimes, which I thought was so important because Bruce Wayne is someone that grew up in a very wealthy family. He grew up with, women and all these parties or thing. He should be able to make a joke sometimes. Like he shouldn't be a stick in the mud. I was creating both the Bruce Wayne and the Batman that I wanted to create.
Yeah.
Which I thought was fantastic. Some of the choices in terms of being Batman was a little bit too on the nose, like too easy for me to make, honestly. I think it reflected somewhat in the choices that people made. Some people, it was kind of obvious that you shouldn't necessarily brutalize someone in front of thousands of people or do something horrible like that. Like, I think that's kind of obvious. Everyone knows Batman. Like, you shouldn't be that much of an asshole in front of everyone. You should have some form of right and wrong.
Yeah.
For me, at least. So some of those things didn't have that much. You're right. You sneezed.
Yeah, I just had a cough. I get a little mucusy. I'm fine. Keep talking. I'm listening.
Interesting. So, I just felt like some of those choices were a little bit obvious, but the choices that weren't obvious were who to trust and things like that, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
Especially people that are bad necessarily sometimes, like the Two-Face Harvey Dent, which I thought was such a great character arc. I relate it back to Gotham and almost like Riddler's story arc in the first season of Gotham. Something that you kind of know is going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen this season, if it's going to happen this time. But the way that he they created that character and crafted him, I thought was so interesting, and I really felt for him for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Did he get his face hurt in your playthrough?
Which I thought was so cool.
Yeah, me either. Like in my game, when he became a villain at the end, he wasn't Two-Face. He was Harvey Dent, the villain.
Yeah, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was a very, very different kind of Harvey Dent villain, and you empathize with him a lot more.
It almost reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you read the New 52 or anything like that. I won't spoil anything, but there's a great honestly, my favorite incarnation of Mr. Freeze is in one of the offshoot comic books, I think in the second volume, and it portrays him as almost like he has a mental illness more than anything.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the fact that he is, a person trying to revive Nora Freeze. He has a mental illness.
Yeah.
And I think that's more what they were trying to go for with Harvey Dent here, and it really shows. And I like how the little cracks in the character start to show throughout the series. Very subtly.
And like when you talk to him, like in episode 2 or episode 3, like when he's in the hospital and he's like, my therapist has been telling me, like, it's like clearly there's like this known problem in his family and he's been trying to get help with it, but like him walking away from that help and then the paranoia setting in and actually destroying him from the inside out makes that character so much more engaging. Yeah.
Again, like I honestly think that they had some form of influence from the Riddler in Gotham, because that's pretty much exactly what happens in that show. You start to see the cracks in the character.
The Penguin's real good too.
The Penguin is really good. I didn't like him at first just because it was super weird and different. Again, like anything new in my life, I don't like it at first. So it took me a few episodes to like him. I liked him very much so by the ending, that he was a great villain. I like he was being manipulated. I didn't necessarily like, I don't know if we can get the spoilers or anything.
We can get the spoilers.
Sure. I didn't like Vicky Vale as Lady Arkham. I thought that was super weird. Like I thought
I was into it.
Really? Man, I don't know. It just weirded me out. I don't necessarily have any real complaint about it. Like, I don't have anything like, wow, that was a really dumb choice. But I don't know. I just felt like it was a twist to be a twist. Like, that's what it felt like.
It did feel like a little forced in the twist department, but I think they really earned it. Like with, like you see in chapter 4, like her murdered foster parents, and then in chapter 5, like they don't give it to you all at once. Like all these pieces come together. In chapter 5, you see how her foster parents had abused her. And like this kind of context that comes over time instead of all up front, like a very much like a lengthy Batman story of kind of peeling back the mystery bit by bit. And then I kind of empathized with her. She was still very much like just a Batman villain in that she was crazy and deranged, and that's what led her to what she is. But I liked how they peeled that mystery back.
I did too. I liked especially when you meet the foster parents and you see their dead bodies and recreating that crime scene. I thought those were very brutal, and then finding the kid and everything. And next episode, I think it was when you're finding the dungeon layer where they're beating the kid or whatever. I thought that was very compelling. But then I think all that happened like within 2 episodes. Like I didn't really necessarily feel that connection with her. I didn't necessarily empathize with her that much after that. It just didn't feel right. And I don't know. I like the Joker sucked. I think that was a terrible choice. I thought that was a terrible choice. Just introducing the Joker randomly, and I
loved it.
I thought it was you did it.
Yeah, I love that because like the Joker never interacts with Batman. The Joker only interacts with Bruce Wayne.
That's true.
And that dynamic is so like I've never seen that before. Like I've never seen the Joker. It's happened before, but interact with Bruce Wayne. And like that's part of the reason why I love the whole series is like all of the Bruce Wayne moments that are just not Batman moments. So like that interplay between Joker and Bruce Wayne, I like the Joker as like kind of a little bit more collected, but like clearly he's just kind of biding his time. And I like he was just a side character, right? Like he was never really important, and so that made me kind of appreciate his presence a little bit more.
And that's, I think, why I didn't enjoy his presence as much. The fact that it felt to me as if they're just trying to throw him in there for season 2, and there was nothing significant about him. I didn't necessarily see any motive or really anything to compel me to want to like this character or care about this character, Joker, past just setting up for season 2. And like they have these weird choices with Joker, which I was like, really, like I'm gonna trust the Joker, like I'm gonna make a deal with the devil right now, like the guy's he's the goddamn Joker, like what am I supposed to do? Like they have those dumb little things where you're like, really, I know Batman, I'm not dumb, like I understand who these characters are. But then they have these really interesting choices and choosing who you're gonna side with. Are you gonna help Catwoman? Or are you gonna help this person, Harvey Dent, that may turn into Two-Face or may not? Like those are some cool choices that I thought really took the characters and took with your expectations and kind of twist them a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I thought was nice.
I hope they make more of this. Ultimately,
yeah, me
too. They built a really cool new world for Batman to play around in, and the way the player is in control of that is actually really interesting. Like there are scenes that you don't see depending on your choices, which is I think a first for a Telltale game. So,
exactly. I didn't know anything about the Two-Face becoming like completely like half and half Two-Face until I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, it's gonna happen this episode, and I realized that was my choice. That was a whole choice thing, which I thought was really interesting.
And like there's a scene where like Batman will either take down the Penguin or Two-Face, and then Bruce Wayne will either take down the Penguin or Two-Face, and that all depending on your choices. And I think all 4 of those scenes were really cool. So, number 4, Roger.
Number 4, Watch Dogs 2.
Okay. You're a millennial. You like the hacker kids.
Hacker kids. What? Multi-ethnical people. What? Yeah, it's a cool game. It reminds me a lot of you're gonna hate this game, GTA 5. Oh my god!
All right, come on.
What a terrible video game. Oh, I'm kidding. Not really. But when playing the game, I was like, I'm having a lot of fun with this. What does this remind me of? Oh, GTA 5. Like it feels a lot like that, and I think that's a very surface level thing. People are gonna make fun of me because of that, but it did feel like that. Like when I was playing the game, I had those vibes of like it was like it was a parody of in California. That's an open world, very sunny, very bright video game. Of course, there's hacking and stuff like that, but it felt to me like I was playing almost like a GTA game, not 10 out of 10 game, but an 8 out of 10. If that makes any sense.
It does, yeah.
It does. Okay, good. I'm just making sure, Alex. But yeah, so the game, I didn't play Watch Dogs 1 because I heard reviews, heard things about it. You all right? What's going on?
You see like the darkness fall on my screen?
Yeah.
It's just the application in front of me is darker. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about me?
Oh my God, Roger. I'm forgetting who it was. Oh, it was Quentin. I did one with him. He's like, whoa, your brightness just got way lower. I'm like, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me.
Well, I can't help it. You're a beautiful boy.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, I didn't play Watch Dogs 1 because of reasons. I mean, clearly it wasn't that much of a love video game. I pre-ordered it. It got delayed got Assassin's Creed 4, better choice. And then when this game was announced, it was announced with one Run the Jewels in the trailer.
Yeah.
Hip hops all over San Francisco.
I like that trailer a lot too.
It was a great trailer, and I was like, "Oh boy, now I have to get this game." Got it for Christmas. My girlfriend's parents bought it for me. Buy me rated M video games. I know, right?
Well, you're an adult now. You can do this.
I can. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, so the game is fun. It's a good time. The story's kind of a mess. The side main missions feel like side missions. Like that's the best way to describe it. Like there doesn't feel like there's much of a continuity. It just kind of feels all over the place. Like everything I'm doing just feels like a bunch of weirdly cool side missions, which is fine for what they're trying to do. But like sometimes they try to do like a whole emotional twist where someone dies, and I'm like, of course that person dies. They're never in the game. You never see them, and of course they die. Like that makes sense. And then there's no repercussions afterwards. So they try to do that stuff in the game. It doesn't really work, but in terms of the gameplay, it's a fun game. I love the hacking. I think even the hacking mini game where you have to do like this huge, like almost connect the dots type thing, is super fun and kind of hard. I think it's a perfect mixture of challenge without being frustrating necessarily, and just plain visualization of hacking. What?
Mm-hmm.
What are you laughing at?
No, I not heard the hacking minigame described. It just sounds weird.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good time.
What about the characters? Did they work for you?
It's fine. I mean, like the main.
Do you like this game, Roger? I need to know.
No, I like this game a lot. I do like the main character. I don't know his name. I forgot his name already. Marcus. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
I've not played this game, and I know this main character.
You're such an ass. He just goes out of my mind. I don't know. So I liked him. He's fun. He's a good time. He did a Danny Brown reference. That was great. I was very happy with that.
I'm impressed now.
Yeah, I know. It was great. He did a hardcore Danny Brown reference. He's a good guy. He's fun. I would have liked to know more of his past, because he's just known as like this hacker boy, and then he's like, oh, now you're in the big boy hacking league, and I'm like, okay, like, who are you? Like, what's going on with you? Like, I don't know you. So that's cool. I would like to more of his personal life too. Like, it's just like, I don't know. He seemed like kind of a baller. Like in the first main thing, he gets turned out of his mind, and like he wakes up next to like a really hot chick, and I'm like, I want to know more about you, but I don't.
I need some context.
I know. I want to see some context. Roll it back 10 minutes. I do like it. Even I thought I was gonna hate this character. The guy with the mask. I don't know any of these guys' names.
Emoji Man,
Emoji Boy. I thought I was gonna hate that kid. But he's fun. He's actually a really awesome character. He's just a fun time, and I think you gotta suspend a lot of your beliefs for this game because it's just a really like out there, almost cringeworthy game at times because it's trying to be internet culture, and they can never nail that because they're Ubisoft.
Called Ubisoft old?
Yes, very much so. They won't create a Splinter Cell, so of course they're old and out of touch.
I forgot about your weird Splinter Cell thing.
Where's Vivendi when you need them?
Oh my god.
So
hostile takeover. Let's turn this baby into a Splinter Cell video game factory. Let's go.
Let's do it. So yeah, it's a really fun game. There's a really cool twist at the ending with multiple characters. Great time. The hacking in general, I thought was very well utilized. It was weird to play at first because it's weird just running around and just like a bunch of UI things are like hack this, hack the world. But I got used to it, and it's a fun game. It's the way that I describe it. It's like the B team like created a GTA 5. Rockstar created GTA 5 again. That's what it feels like.
But with hacksaws.
And like that's the best. That's all I can ask for in life.
Okay. I'm glad you like it. It seems like a game that would
yeah,
resonate.
It is
with
a
you.
fun time. I'm very happy. I think I'm gonna platinum it. Let's see if I can platinum it. I've only platinum one video game.
If Greg Miller can do it, you can do it.
Well, whatever. He's a nerd.
He is. He's a nerd. He's our nerd.
So am I.
Number 3. Sips coffee.
Number 3. Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
I love that game. Very happy about that game. I love Gears of War.
I didn't finish Gears of War 4.
You're a horrible human being.
Okay. Go on.
That's it. Why didn't you finish it? You didn't have time. You didn't like it.
It
like
was
it?
a little bit of time. I got to like a frustrating combat encounter. It was to the point where I just bounced off of it.
Wait, all right, tell me you're bad at video games.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I was playing on hardcore because I like playing on hardcore.
Okay,
I like it when they can really just take the bullets.
Yeah.
It was like I got to Act 5 too. I think it's like one of the first areas in Act 5. Just like a long alleyway, buildings, tons of just like the big sentinel enemies. And I died enough times where I was just like, I'm gonna put this down and come back to it later, and I just never ended up coming back to it. But I liked a lot of what I played.
Yeah, I love this game because I'm a big fan of Gears of War. Ever since the first one came out, that was like my first real Xbox game. So I've been a fan ever since the beginning. And I what this game needed to be was like a soft reboot, basically. And it is in the best possible ways, right? You have these characters that feel more human and a little more down to earth than dude bros of past. It's these are kids just trying to make it on the way. They're trying to just deal with whatever's coming at them. Of course, they're overpowered and they're killing millions of locusts or whatever, but it's still a lot more down to earth than Cole screaming or whatever. And I was that scared the shit out of me. Was that considered racist?
Sure.
Okay. So sorry, I was just thinking about your actions.
My scream to it, or you did actually a really excellent episode of the Rod Former Show on Gears of War 4.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Tear flip, and how it relates to like The Force Awakens, which I think the two have a lot in common.
Yeah, and it was like abundantly clear while playing the game that it was like clearly taking that formula. And and that's not a bad thing. I said in the video, like that's not a bad thing at all. I think it's a great formula, and it's the surefire formula is the best way to put it. It and that's why I kind of liked it. I think they had great allusions to the past. It didn't make me feel like I wasted my time playing the last 3 games. They had characters in the game that I remember, that I loved, and it continued the story as well as creating characters that I like a lot, that I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the next game. And this game, not to spoil anything, it doesn't end on like a death of like every single creature in the entire universe. It's like, this is the end of the game forever until the next one. Like it just ends. Like it ends on like a nice note, and then it's like, of course there's gonna be more, which I thought was very absurd of the last games. But other than that, the gameplay is great. It's solid Gears of War. I finished Gears of War 3 and then went right into Gears of War 4. Solid. It looks beautiful.
It's faster. It's a little bit faster.
A little bit? Do you think so?
Yeah, because like they give you like those abilities like where you can like hold the vault button when you're sprinting to make movement.
I never used that because it was bad.
Okay, I mean you're wrong, but that's fine.
What? That just didn't even make sense.
I know. I'm just kidding. You never used the thing like where you like vault over the walls and
like once. Like I barely used it.
You never need it that much, but when you're like getting from point A to point B, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. And they have some great things with weather and stuff like that, with tornadoes and stuff, which I thought are great.
Real pretty game.
Real pretty. That game is so pretty. And it runs really great on PC. Like so good on PC, which is great. And also, pro tip: if you're poor like me and you have a nice PC, you can get free Xbox Live if you play it on PC. Fun tip. Yeah, you can play it on your PC and you can play online with people.
Okay.
So that's a fun tip. Yeah.
They did a test for like playing multiplayer cross platform as well, competitive multiplayer. I don't know.
Some fools.
Yeah, I don't know if you if like that's open now, but
I don't think so.
Probably not. We should play. You should finish that game with me.
Okay.
I'd play that because we talked about it, and then I was playing with Danny Juarez, and then Danny went and finished the game without me. And then pretended like he hadn't finished the game.
And you just check his achievements.
No, when he was here for Extra Life, he
slipped up.
He said when I left the room, he's like, to Nobshin and Tony, he's like, "Hey, I already finished the game. Just don't tell Alex." And when I was editing the podcast that he set this on, I was like, fucking excuse me? I didn't talk to him for 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, that's what you do. So fucking watch your back, Roger.
My God. I've done way worse things to you.
It's true. You've done really terrible, terrible things to me.
I've trashed your house.
Yeah, you came in here, just bulldozer. Number 2.
Number 2, Overwatch. Like, I don't play this game enough. That's just a fact. I just don't. But I can't like deny how fun this game is and how cool of a video game it is. And like, I can't deny it's a number 2 spot. Like, it's a weird like thing that I kind of have to put it here for my reasons. Like, I love this game. I think it's a great, fun video game. I just don't play it enough. Especially when I first started playing and I first was going up the ranks. Like, that's like, it's everything I wanted Team Fortress 2 to be, which sounds super stupid, but I don't like Team Fortress 2.
I don't like Team Fortress 2 either. So.
Yeah, I think this game is everything that I wanted Team Fortress 2 desperately to be as a child.
I think it's way better than Team Fortress 2.
Oh,
I hate when people compare the two. Like, oh, it's Team Fortress 3, but like, oh god, it's so much better. Team Fortress 2
I understand that.
Garbage compared to this game.
I don't know. Don't disrespect Valve.
I mean, Valve's great at making games. It's just Team Fortress 2 is not nearly as interesting or engaging as Overwatch is.
Sure. Because it doesn't really have like an upgrading system or anything like that. It just has hats.
Like has like 8 characters?
Yeah, they're all kind of garbage.
Yeah.
No, it's just, no, I remember the reason I bring that up is because as a kid I used to play Team Fortress 2 a lot. And like I desperately wanted that game to be good. Like I would play that game endless amounts and I was like trying to find something in it to be cool. Overwatch is exactly what I was wanting as a kid immediately. Yeah. And I think that is such a cool thing. And first of all, this whole year, so many things have changed to this game. So many patches, so many different characters have been nerfed, jumped up. Like Symmetra had a huge change recently. Like that game is so different from the beginning to now, like in only a year. And I think that is such a cool quality of Blizzard and just a first-person shooter. And it's a very balanced game to the point where like I feel like I'm able to have fun and like come in. Like I can come in now, not playing for like a month or whatever, and I can have fun. And I can be good and I can get kills. And it has a really nice balance of I don't feel lost when I come back to a game like this. Like when I play Call of Duty, when I play anything like that, like even like what was it, the Dirty Bomb? I used to play Dirty Bomb because that game was free. Yes. Do you know this game?
No.
Dirty Bomb was created by the people that made the multiplayer for Brink. I think they just made Brink. Splash Damage.
Okay.
Yeah, they made Dirty Bomb, which is a free-to-play game. I used to play it all the time because it was like Call of Duty basically for free. Garbage game, but I would always feel lost every time I would come back to it because I'm like, whoa, how the hell did people get better in like a day or so? Like if people are like getting so much better all the time, and I feel like I have to be playing this game all the time, playing Dirty Bomb all the time in order to be good. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
So Overwatch is just a really great game in terms of that. I'm able to play it whenever. Quick play is great. I love the arcade mode now. 1v1, 3v3 is so good. And competitive is a really great system. I feel like it has so many ranks to the point where I'm able to find the people that I'm not going to be overranked with or underranked with, and I'm going to have a great match. And I feel like I'm able to advance in that mode because like playing League of Legends competitive or anything like that, it never feels good. You always feel scared. It's nervous. Like it's not a good time because you're like, oh shit, it's a bunch of
actively terrible time. One might say.
Yeah, it's terrible. Going into like a bunch of nerfs and everything. Are we scared? This is great. I think it's a safe environment. I feel like this game is. And it's also a beautiful video game. So pretty.
A lot of personality, one might say.
A lot of like Marcus.
Well, like Roger Pokorny, host of the Raj Former Show, would say this person. See, it's funny that all your top 3 games you've done Raj Former shows on.
No, what an interesting surprise. Am I
right? Weird.
It's almost like all the video games that I play this year, I make a video about.
Where the fuck's your one on Firewatch, Roger?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, Overwatch is really good.
More like not overrated. Right?
God damn it. I'm glad you like Overwatch. I wish you had it on PS4.
No.
That we could play together.
Not
but
a nerd.
Apparently, you wouldn't pay for PlayStation Plus to save your life.
I have PS Plus now.
What hosts of bonus points would say to me.
Interesting.
You're gonna have to follow up with Caleb on this. Do you have PS Plus now?
Now, because my little brother bought it because he wanted to play MLB.
Nice. All right.
So I've been playing Uncharted online. Uncharted.
Number 1.
Yes.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
The Thief's End.
Good game.
It's all right.
6 out of 5.
6 out of 5.
Yeah. No, I love this game. Like it's quite clearly the best game I played this year.
Mhm.
And especially since I played 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Like I'm talking in a month, like
Yeah.
1 month of just sitting down and playing all these games. 4, they got better as it went on for sure. I think 3 was the best until 4, and 4 almost felt as much as a leap from 1 to 2 for me at least. Like
I
it was
totally agree.
such a massive jump, and like even from that, like of course I know the graphics are gonna be amazing. It's Naughty Dog; they're gonna keep on pushing that boundaries. But when like that whole boat scene in the beginning, you start shooting, and the shooting just feels totally different.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's very much akin to Max Payne 3, where people don't like play that game again, play that shooting again. It feels like that. It feels very light. It feels very like popping out of cover, bang, 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 bang. That's what this game feels like, and I think it's that in the best possible way. Like this is the best possible scenario for shooting, and they really perfected that sense of everything. But the story, holy shit, Alex,
Yeah.
so good.
It's so good.
So good. I mean, of course, you're gonna be, it's jumping forward in time. You're gonna be dealing with his everyday life, but the way that this game feels somber, almost like it isn't another adventure with Nathan Drake and Elena. Like it's very somber. It's to a certain point, it just feels gross to a point. Like you're just like, why am I doing this? Like I have a life, I have people, I have a wife to feed, I have things to do, and I'm just doing this. Like there is this feeling of impending doom while playing this game, which I think is never really in the Uncharted games. You're always kind of like, oh, let's get the treasure, let's do whatever, what happens next happens. This, like even Sully, like he's just like, you sure you want to do this? Like this is something we're doing here, you're good with everything. There's a little bit of that in Uncharted 3, but way more so this, because you have stakes now. You have something to really fight for, and that is his marriage, that is everything that he's kind of worked up to now. He has a solid life. And going through the game, they really don't let you forget that. Like, even when you're in the middle of, like, killing hundreds of people, like, towards the end of the game, like Elena just comes back and she's back, and you guys are working on your marriage, and you could see that tension, like sitting in that elevator, and she's just looking out, and then you're just like silent. You just want to say something to her.
Yeah.
Those
moments are powerful. Too.
So powerful, and like that's the type of stuff that I it really just makes my heart sink, and you're invested in these characters, and that is the perfect climax of all the events that happened in 1, 2, and 3. Like I think that is the perfect. It takes all these moments, these great moments of looking through all the attic stuff, where you're looking through all those nice stuff. That's cool. It's great looking at all the things that you got from everything from Golden Abyss to 1 and 2 and 3, but I think that's the moment. Those are the moments when you're just kind of standing there and you realize all the history that those two characters have and everything they've been through. And now it's kind of led to this moment where they're not talking and they're having trouble, and everything just feels selfish and wrong. That's when the moment where you kind of feel that this series has changed, and the people have changed, the characters have changed.
Yeah.
And I think that is the ultimate progression for a series. Like when you notice that the characters are not the same from the first one, they're totally different. They're new people now. They're changed people, and you feel that to the core in Uncharted 4. I think that's what's important about it.
Yeah. And like, it's different for you because you played them all recently, right, back to back. But like for me, playing that first game in 2007, right? I had changed since that first game had come out. Like the player changed, and my feelings about how these characters acted and behaved had evolved as well. Going from like a 14-year-old kid to a 23-year-old kid, right? Like it evokes something different out of you. It asks you to bring something different to the table as well, and it works.
Yeah.
And like that, for me, it culminated with the not just like that elevator scene, and then like the kind of like the music that played afterward, but the dinner scene, which is probably my favorite scene in that game or in the whole franchise, where like there's just this moment where you really see why Drake loves this, and Elena sees it too, and Elena loves it too. And like there's like this mutual understanding, and then like that quiet apology, and she's like, "You don't have to apologize about this." It's there are just moments that speak louder than words in that game.
Yeah. And I think that the ending is like people crap on the ending that no one died, right? Like I get that, but I don't get it at a certain point too. Like that's like I think this is the ultimate misdirection in terms of marketing. Like a thief's end, right? It sounds like someone's gonna die, right? Like is Sully gonna die? Is Nate gonna die? But that was on purpose. Totally on purpose. Like they wanted to misdirect you. It's like, oh, is someone gonna die? But then that's not what Uncharted's about. Uncharted's about it's this pulpy action thing, but it's also not. It's personal. It's deeply personal. People don't necessarily have to die in these games for you to have an emotional connection or these twists. You don't need that. That's not what Uncharted is necessarily. So Nathan Drake didn't need to die. None of these people needed to die. That's not what this is about. And I think that was really almost the best twist out of it, that no one died. When I finished that game, it felt weird at first. It does feel weird because you're like, who's going to die? But then when no one dies, you kind of think about it after, especially the epilogue, when you see kind of the culmination of everything, and you play as their daughter, Cassie, and the cute dog.
Yeah, that dog is cute.
A cute little doggy. Can there be a spinoff about like his adventures or her adventures?
I mean, that's the idea, right? Is Cassie?
No. I mean the dog.
Oh, just the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Daxter.
Daxter. Oh my God, is it really?
No. They'll call it Daxter. Asshole. They'll name the dog Daxter.
That'd be cute.
Uncarded.
No, but yeah, but that's I think that's a really nice way to wrap up the series and potentially leave it open for something else in the future.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's cool.
It's a real good video game.
Real good video game. My favorite part of it was Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. That was real good too.
That was a real good part of the video game.
Did you ever play Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I did. Remember I was on the kind of funny thing for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game. I like it a lot. I had a fun time with it. You don't like it? Oh yeah, you didn't like it.
I don't like the first one. I like the second and third a lot.
I'm gonna buy the Insane trilogy. Insane, get it? Like the N.
Yeah, no, I saw that game being played.
We get it.
It's Crash Bandicoot.
You're famous.
Hair flip. I'm not famous. Don't tell people that. They'll start believing you. That's your list. I like that list.
But number 0.
Oh shit!
A Kanye West game only one. Hasn't come out yet, but Kanye West is doing well.
God, I hope so.
I really hope so. Did you read my OK Beast thing?
No, I didn't.
It's very funny. I am a hilarious human being. Can you please read it?
Did you read mine?
No.
Good job.
Are you funny in it?
I'm funny in one part of it.
I doubt it.
Wow.
I opened it up with making a joke about how Drake is God. Think about that for a little bit.
I didn't want to spoil your list for me. I can read it now.
Out loud.
Do you want me to read it out loud right now?
No.
Okay, I will.
No, don't. I'm kidding.
No, let's see how funny you are.
No, stop! No.
Let's see how funny you are when I read your thing to you again. Huh? Let's see how that goes. No. I would never do that to you.
But most that you would totally do it.
I would totally do that to you, but I'm not going to. I have it up now.
Most anticipated games.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to?
Looking forward to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard's coming out real soon. I played that game.
You played it?
Yeah, I played at Comic-Con, the VR experience, well, part of it, or whatever. I don't know. It's probably just experience, but it was fun. I'm going to only play that game on VR, though. Like, it looks so cool.
That's what I'm getting a PlayStation VR. I would like to play that in VR.
Yeah, my goal is by the end of this year to have enough money for it, PSVR. So I want to get that.
It looks cool. I'm excited that they're making a new, like a Resident Evil 7. So
yeah, and the game looks great, and I haven't seen much of it, but apparently it holds a lot of weapon stuff, and if a lot of people are saying it feels like a Resident Evil, which is cool.
Okay, I'm excited. What else are you looking forward to?
I'm excited. I'm cautiously excited for Ghost Recon Wildlands because we didn't talk about this before. But Watch Dogs 2's stealth. It sounds like I'm crapping on this game, but I actually love this game. Like I think it might be a guilty pleasure. Because a lot of parts of this game is broken. But the stealth sucked in that game. Like it was a terrible stealth video game. And I just want Splinter Cell secretly. Like, it's all I want in my life, as you know.
Yes.
So I just want Ghost Recon to be Splinter Cell, but with, like, 4 boys and not 1 boy. So that's what I want.
It's possible, I guess.
I mean, sure, but, like, in the demo that they showed off, like, they really screwed up, like these guys, like, we're going to be stealth, and then, like, they stepped on a twig, and this guy, like, figured out where they were. they had to go on like a huge bike chase. Like, I don't want that. I just want to take out the boy. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's like the empathizing with it part of it. You gonna make the switch?
The Switch?
Are you gonna make the Switch, Roger? The Nintendo Switch.
Maybe. It seems cool. I mean, if it doesn't drop 40% of its power when you take it out, what the rumor is or whatever, was it 40 or 30%?
I don't know. I think it was 40, but
yeah, that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting this, I'm bringing it to school. I'm bringing it every day. Like, this is not a joke. I'm gonna be sitting in my math class, opening up the Nintendo Switch and playing video games in my class, and telling the teacher, "Hey, you can't do anything about it. I'm switching it up." Throws
the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Oh my god, what a cool game! What a game that came out like last year, right?
Well, it's been great having you on. Anything else? Any other calls?
Prey. That looks like BioShock.
Prey looks like Dishonored, but sci-fi for me.
It looks like BioShock but like in space.
I mean, Dishonored also looks like BioShock, so.
I just don't think you know how to describe video games.
I mean, it's better than saying interesting the 40 different times you have this episode. Shade. Roger's gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking cry after this.
Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. If this is the movie you want to play,
I'm just kidding, Roger.
Sure. Hello Neighbor looks cool. I was just looking through a whole list of video games.
I'm curious about the big ones with you. Like, I don't know if you're excited for like, what's that? Horizon? That one?
It seems interesting.
Okay, go on.
I'm actually not like very excited about that game at all. Okay. Like on paper, it seems pretty rad, but like I don't know, something about watching it being played doesn't seem interesting to me.
Okay,
I don't know. Maybe it's the aesthetic.
I think that's fair. I'm more worried about that game now than I was before. So
yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be something that I need to play it in order to see if I like it or not.
See how the world works and everything.
Yeah.
Persona 5.
No.
God fucking damn it.
I don't play video games. I mean, for nerds. You know what
I mean? Yeah, sure.
No, it looks fine. It looks fun. I might play it.
Break my heart. Take my heart.
I bought Persona 4, and then I realized this is a game for nerds and weebs, so I didn't play it.
Roger, thank you so much for coming on.
I'm kidding. I played it, yeah. Just
but no, I thank you for taking the time. You're a very busy boy now.
Yeah.
Off there taking over the internet.
Yeah.
One more time for people who don't know, where can they find, see, hear more of you on the internet?
You could find me youtube.com/RajFormer. Search up bonus points on YouTube and search by channels. So we don't have 100 subscribers, which is great. You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/RajFormer. I don't have rajformer.com anymore.
Really?
I couldn't afford it. But Jeez. I have the domain though, so everything's good. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Okay.
In the words of Kanye West, I'm this generation's Einstein, so don't worry about me. I'm fine. So please don't worry about me. It's been an interesting year. It's been interesting having me on this podcast. Thank you so much. You're an interesting person.
Listen, man.
You're an interesting asshole.
For as much shit as you give me, I'm gonna fucking tease you right back.
You're gonna tease me, all right.
Look, I just subscribed to bonus points.
Oh wow, you just did.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Interesting.
That's very interesting. Roger, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I made you feel bad about interesting.
It's all right. People are now posting, your DMs now on Twitter after I posted my thing.
Yeah, I know.
Which is interesting.
So, would you say it's very interesting?
You're making. I thought it was so unique.
I forgot that I had said that to anyone else. I'll just be perfect.
I thought I was so unique.
No, you and Trevor Starkey, they're the same person in my heart, apparently.
Basically.
According to the Twitters. Thank you, Roger, so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I love you.
Yeah. Roger's one of my favorite people ever, so please go watch The Roger Former Show. Subscribe to him, listen to all of his stuff. It's quite interesting, I would say.
Interesting.
I would say that. And if you like this, then stay here at youtube.com/Irrational Passions if you're watching it, or the Irrational Passions RSS feed for more guest top 10s, top 5s, whatever's we're having on. Plenty of awesome guests coming on, including Roger's co-host of Bonus Points, Caleb Cajthaml. So go check that out, especially if you like Bonus Points, which you should also listen to. And there's also the Irrational Passions Game of the Year episode broken into 5 parts as well, which will be out around or after this week of podcasts. So check those out. But that's all I've got for now. Thank you for watching. As always, it's been my pleasure to serve you.